Echo everything that Holly just said. First, let me say Happy New Year to everyone. It's great to be back here on the 1st of January. My favourite cricket ground in the world. There's something very special about the SCG. It's something close to my heart. To walk on the ground, you know, the hairs on your back and neck still stand up. It's a very special place, and to look around and see it just a wash of pink. This is the 17th pink test. It's absolutely incredible. And I guess, as Holly mentioned, you know, this is a new, I guess, nearly historic innings for the McGrath Foundation. You know, think back when we started in 2005, our mission then, our purpose, was to provide support for families, individuals going through breast cancer. And I think our nurses, who you've met and seen in the background, are just absolutely incredible. But to now be able to take that care to anyone with cancer, any family going through cancer, is something I think is absolutely incredible. You know, I don't think you should be discriminated against because of what type of cancer you have, to what type of support you get. So to be able to now provide support for all cancers is something I think is absolutely incredible. This will be the first pink test out of the 17, the first pink test that it's for everyone diagnosed with cancer, and to me that is very special. The Australian team obviously has been a massive part of that over the last 17 pink tests, so very proud, as is the touring team. I think India might be their 5th pink test, which is pretty special too. But to now have our McGrath Cancer Care Nurse 11 here as well, I think is very special, and you'll hear it from them over the next during this test, plus the patients and the families that they're supporting, and hearing their stories from both sides of the fence, from having support and not. So that is very special. As Holly said, 1 in 2 people will be diagnosed with cancer in their lifetime. You know, those stats are pretty scary, and to hear the word cancer and the fear that's associated with it, to all of a sudden have the support of a nurse during that time makes a massive difference. So it is something that I think will make a huge difference. And I know firsthand, I remember back in 1997 when Jane was first diagnosed, to go through that journey without support is incredibly tough. The toughest time in your life, not to have that support. To then have a nurse, I saw the positive difference it made in our lives, but especially Jane's was absolutely incredible. And another thing that I think is very special, our nurse, or Jane's nurse, Alison, who's over the back here, is part of our McGrath nurses. And so from, you know, I guess the reason we started the McGrath Foundation, in the hope that we can make a positive difference in people's lives, to have Alison still part of that, or now part of that, I think it's absolutely incredible. So I know firsthand the difference that having one of these nurses, what it makes. As Holly said, the way people can get on board and support the foundation, we've set a bit of a lofty goal of 350,000 virtual pink seats for this. But I've spoken to a lot of people around Australia in the last few years since we've started the campaign, and they've said it's become a tradition. It's the way they get out and support their loved ones or family that's been through or going through it. And to now not only support families going through breast cancer, and let me just make sure that everyone knows that we're still providing the same support we've always have for families with breast cancer. We're now extending that to all cancers, and the way you can do that is jump online, get your virtual pink seat, share that on socials, and you're making a huge positive difference in so many people's lives. And finally, I just wanted to say a huge thank you to the whole Australian community, not just the cricket community, but to the whole Australian community. The way they've supported us over the last 20 years, and I'm sure they'll continue to support us the same, has been absolutely amazing. To stand here, things like the pink test don't just happen. The way both teams have got on board, the way the broadcasters, the supporters, the crowds, but especially to the team at the SCG, led by Kerry, and also the team at Cricket Australia, led by Nick. Without that support, we may not be standing here today. There may not be a pink test, and it's incredible. The thing I love about sport, especially cricket, it brings people together from all walks of life, and what's been created at this pink test, I think, is something very, very special. So a huge thank you to you guys. To Nick, I know you're finishing up shortly. This will be your final pink test, but I just wanted to say a special thank you for everything you've done as well. So again, fingers crossed the test goes well. There's been a few complaints about the weather, but I've had a chat and we should be fine with the weather for this 5 days. And if we can match something that happened in very similar to Melbourne, which was a very special test, that would be great. So looking forward to the next, when the test starts, the 5 days of the test, and hope the cricket's just as good as the support that we received. So again, a huge thank you.
स्पोर्ट्स तक पर आपको न सिर्फ खबरें मिलेंगी बल्कि आपका ओपिनियन भी मैटर करता है। ये आप ही का मंच है। आइए बताइए भारतीय क्रिकेट टीम से आप क्या उम्मीद करते हैं। रहिए स्पोर्ट्स तक के साथ, सब्सक्राइब कीजिए स्पोर्ट्स तक को यूट्यूब और फेसबुक पर।